90% of people, including you, because you're inside of the 90%, are fucking bad at life. Because you always say, man, when I get rich, I'm gonna have a shit ton of fun. I'm gonna find my future wife when I'm rich, right? I need to build myself first, right? Or man, I'm gonna do this thing when I and whatever, right? You always wait for the future. Well, guess what, bro? When you're rich, you'll have other problems, but you will very quickly get used to that M4 or get used to that Huracan or get used to that SVJ. You'll get used to that. Those are expensive cars, just like for the record. You'll get used to that, and you'll just talk about the broke days, right? The days when you were building everything, and you'll just say to yourself, man, I'd love to live one more day back when I was 18 or 20, and you're 25, let's say. And just like say, man, even though I was broke, I had those old friends. Maybe my dad was still alive. Maybe your dad will die in the next 7 years. You don't know, right? Maybe something good or bad might happen, but even the good things that happen, they will happen. They are expecting you. Yet you focus on them, but you're not focusing on what good is happening right now. And I can't really tell you what that is because we all got our own lives. But bro, I'm realizing my life is fucking awesome. Even though I'm not near where I want to be just yet. I'm enjoying my life and I know exactly what I'm heading, right? Maybe I'm getting this clarity over doing almost 50 podcasts with 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs, multimillionaires, etc. Maybe I've gained this clarity from asking them if they're happy. If they do you ever get used to the lifestyle? And they always say, yeah, bro, my Urus now feels like the Prius that I had when I was 16. It's like how quickly they get used to the lifestyle and it feels just like life felt when they were broke. That just made me realize that although I had that arrogant part of my brain that kind of wanted to stop me and say, nah, that's not true, bro. I won't be like that. When I buy my Hellcat, when I buy my Corvette C5 and C6, bro, I'm gonna enjoy those. The ZR1 and Hellcat Durango, bro, I'm gonna enjoy those cars every day. And when I essentially buy the Huracan Performante, I'm going to enjoy that car so much. I don't know, man. It's like, the more time I spend speaking to these people, the more I actually realize that, bro, I'm just an 18-year-old kid, bro. Who am I to have such arrogance that I know what it's gonna be like to have my dream cars when I don't yet. I don't fucking know. I only got a ride in a Hellcat once in my life, right? And it was rented. It was fun as fuck, but that's because it was my first experience. Maybe when I drive that car for the 60th time, it won't feel the same. I'm actually pretty certain that it won't. So I have to take a look at my life right now and realize, well, what have I gotten used to that my past self dreamed about? And I have a shit ton of things, right? A 6-pack, an amazing girlfriend. I can do this podcast and I speak to people who've made over $10 million and I can learn from them. Back then, these people would not even reply to me. So that's like something that I used to wish for. There's so many things actually. For example, I don't have to work a job. I don't have to be in school. And that's something that I feel blessed with because when I was in high school, I hated that. And I'm blessed that I don't have to waste my time there anymore, right? But I've gotten used to it, really. I don't really think about school or anything. And I'm sure that when you're rich, you don't really think about the Lambo because you've had it for 3 years now. You kind of gotten used to it. So people are actually good at life, are very conscientious of what they have, and they're constantly grateful. And I know that gratefulness is like this woo-woo shit. It's like, cliche or whatever, but conscientiousness, being conscient of what you have, being conscious of what you have, that's what I want to say. Whether you're broke or you're rich, whether you're fat or you're jacked. If you're fat, you can't really be happy for your body, let's be honest, but there must be something. And if there's nothing that you used to wish for but that you now have, that means that you've not achieved shit in your life. Get to work. But 90% of people have achieved something that they wished for, they now have, and they completely forgotten about it. And these people are horrible at life because they'll always be fucking unhappy and miserable. And not only they will feel unhappy, but the people around them will feel unhappy too, because they will take it out on them, you know? So, yeah, man. It's like that dad who just bought his dream car. Maybe it's a old ass Corvette for like 50 grand, but it was his dream car ever since he was a kid. And now he says, yeah, but I want a Harley Davidson. I want an old ass Cadillac too. So I'm not going to be happy with my Corvette until I have the Harley and the Cadillac Eldorado, let's say, you know, from the 60s. So I'm not going to be happy until I have that other car from the 60s, and I'm not going to have that Harley Davidson, that big ass bike. These kids are not really going to be happy with their dad too either, right? So yeah, I'm not going to keep this video too long. I'm not going to take too much of your day. Check out my main channel for the podcasts, right? See, because there are some really valuable gems in there that even you could take a lot of value from. If I could give you a tip, maybe the end of the podcast, that's the rapid fire questions, where I ask more the deeper questions, like what's the meaning of life? What's the worst advice and best advice you've been given? What's a piece of advice that you would give to your 18-year-old self, etc. So yeah, and if you want to get jacked this summer, DM me on Instagram. So yeah, with this in mind, may God bless you and catch you on the next one.